Hi, my name is Nicholas Baker. I'm representative of Penny Arcade Incorporated, and I'm here to give you a brief history on Penny Arcade, as well as giving you an idea of who we are and what are the two main things that we do to contribute to the video games industry and society in general. So the best way to start off is simply ask, what is Penny Arcade? And the short answer is, it's a webcomic with a focus on video games and video game culture. The long answer is, webcomic started in 1998 by these two guys, Jerry Hulkins and Mike Verheulen. And they started writing it as supplemental material for a website called LunaGames.com, but unfortunately, that website didn't last long. And when it ended, they took their idea and moved it to their own website, simply titled pennyarcade.com. And it became known as one of the first webcomics of its kind to sort of create a sustainable income for its creators. They're unique in that they were able to make a living off what they did, and not many artists could say that at the time. So but this is just how they got started. This isn't what they became known for. So I mentioned earlier two main things that they're known for. First is a charitable organization we run called Child's Play. Now, Child's Play is a charitable organization where we purpose is to improve the lives of sick children in hospitals worldwide by running fundraisers and toy drives, providing them with video games and toys to ease their time in hospitals. And when we first started it, it was more or less a challenge to our audience, because it was sort of like a throwaway idea almost. We challenged our audience to prove that that gamers weren't these antisocial, violent boners that the media were portraying at the time. So it was also like a challenge. And when we pitched the idea, it became so popular that in the first month we raised over $250,000 in the first month. And ever since then, we've only been growing, as you can see, we've only been growing ever since. Okay. Either way, we've had a running total of over $17 million as of 2011, and in 2010 we were honored by the state of Washington for our contributions. But that's just one thing we do, and the thing we do for the video games industry is a little thing we call Penny Arcade Expo, and I have a brief video to give you a sort of idea of what that's like, or what it is. Alright, because that isn't working. Okay, I tried. This is all out of work.
You traveled across town, you traveled across the state, you traveled across the country and the ocean to come here to PAX to celebrate the importance of gaming. Welcome to PAX!
This is the convention that should have existed, but didn't.
It gives gamers of all types a place to socialize, hang out, and play.
You know, you've got 75,000 people here that are here for the same thing. You're all here for gaming. You're all here because you're fans of Penny Arcade.
We have utterly reclaimed the word nerd. Another success.
Now with 10% new material.
Jerry had a baby.
Hard to believe.
how many things happen in 3 days.
So yeah, that's Penny Arcade Expo, or PAX for short, and my PowerPoint's all out of order. But when we started PAX in 2004, our mission statement was sort of, we wanted to show that cater to consumers and developers equally. Like you had other shows like Comic-Con or developers conferences, but those were like on the opposite ends of the spectrum. We wanted something that met in the middle. So started off very small in 2004. We started off with only about 3,300 attendees. Okay. And like Child's Play, we've only grown ever since, peak numbers of 70,000 in 2011. And we've attracted many big name exhibitors like Big Three, like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. And we eventually decided to move on from our hometown in Seattle, Washington, and expand to other places, like the trailer you just saw for PAX East, our East Coast counterpart in Boston, Massachusetts. And this year we're going to be starting our first international events in PAX Australia. So that's more or less the two big things we do, and I hope I've given you guys a better understanding as to what Penny Arcade is.